Welcome to Peptides, writing the peptides, all the peptides you can think of. We're going to talk about peptides today. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday so far, has had a great week so far, and I hope that you are getting all of your Christmas stuff, shopping that is, out of the way, because you don't want to be the one that waits to the last second, like I have several times over the years in the past. So if you're tuning in today, share. Hit that share button, hit the like button. We're going to get this out. Drop in the live chat where you're from. Tell me your current weight. Tell me, if you're on a GLP-1, I would love to know. And we're going to get started today. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it's a great channel. A lot of resources when it comes to weight loss, fitness, GLP-1s. If you're a guy, I'm big into men's grooming, men's health. I feel like it has a lot to do with several things in your life, whether that be mental health, just your physical health, emotional health, whatever it may be. But we're going to have some interesting, cool things on this show today. So it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be showcasing a couple of things on this show today that I feel like could be beneficial to you. So again, if you are tuning in today, drop in the comments in the chat where you are tuning in from, and let me know your current weight. You don't have to, but if you want to, I know sometimes people don't want to throw their information out. You can always, and I encourage you, you can always send me an email at writing the peptides. That's plural with an S, peptides, writing the peptides show at gmail.com. And I will answer your questions. Now, with that said, if you see on the bottom of this live stream, there is a ticker that's going across that says become a member for only $2.99. That's less than a coffee. And I talked about on the show last week, it's ridiculous how much coffee is these days. I love coffee. I drink coffee every single day. And I drink it black. I don't have any creamer, sugar, anything like that in it. I'm just a crazy, normal, just weird, straight guy, just like it straight black. And sometimes I'll put some MCT oil in it and that stuff that we talk about on this channel. But anyways, I was going to say less than a coffee a day for the whole month. You will be exclusively into a membership on this channel where I will coach you to reach your weight loss and fitness goal. Now, the way I do that is one-on-one with my members. You tell me your story, tell me your weight, tell me your problem, what you're having. Maybe you're at a plateau with weight loss. I will diagnose and come up with solutions to help you reach your goals. So the whole biggest thing on weight loss and fitness is finding out what is your why and setting that goal. Because if you don't have a North Star, if you don't have, and I just talked about this on our pre-chat with my members, if you do not have a North Star, if you don't have a goal, you'll never hit it. 100% of the time, you will never hit your goal if you don't have one, because you have no direction. But the good news is when you have a goal, I can help you reach your goal. I'll be your coach in the corner. I will tell you things to do. As I said before, there are thousands of people out there and shows and channels that will tell you all about weight loss. They'll tell you about GLP-1s. They'll tell you about fitness, but most of them, I mean, there are some, but there are a lot of them out there that just don't have results. They have the info, but no results. Now, I have the info and I have the results. 300 pounds down to 198 pounds, hovering around 200. I'm starting to get lean, starting to see some definition. And there are ways to do that. It is not impossible. At one time in my life, I thought that there's no way I could ever be where I'm at today. But with help and with a little bit of just trial and error and learning the ins and outs of weight loss and fitness. Now, I talk about weight loss and fitness, but I am more about fitness than just weight loss. Why? Because you can lose all the weight you can in the world, but you can still be unhealthy. You can still fall over dead tomorrow and still be 50 pounds lighter than you were 5 months ago. You do not want to just lose weight to look good. You want to feel good. You want to know that you are going to be around for a long time, unless you get hit by a train or you get hit by a car or you just die. Because not to sound morbid, but 1 out of 1 people die. It's going to happen. But why not try to live longer? Why not try to live longer for a reason? And why do you want to? Is it your family? Is it your kids? Is it your spouse? Is it just because you just want to experience life more? That's what we're about. We are about making yourself healthier in life. Now, there's just a plethora of things on this channel to talk about when it comes to fitness and weight loss. There are things you can take to help aid and supplement that, but it is going to be a lifestyle change. The GLP-1s that we talk about, the glucagon-like peptides, they're going to be the agonists, receptors that we talk about, peptides that help your body do what you try to get it to do. Now, a lot of times your body hormonally may not be able to lose the weight. Well, the GLP coming into the situation can help induce the weight loss and help your body change as far as the hormones to help you, to give you that boost, to help you lose the weight. Now, I encourage you, if you lose weight, if you're on a GLP-1, learn how to eat, because the hardest thing is when you're trying to change the way you eat and start. I don't want to necessarily say diet. I mean, diet, I guess, just the way you eat. But when I think about diet, I think of like crash course diets. People get on diets for like a month because they want to go on a trip. But the way of eating, I like to call it, the changing of how you eat, because you got to do it for a lifetime. And if you want to eat to be healthy, it's so hard sometimes changing drastically the junk that you normally eat. It's hard to cut down carbs if you're going to a ketogenic type of way eating. It's hard to do that naturally. It can be done. I've done it. But for most people, it is very hard to do. It's very hard to stick to. But if you use a GLP-1 like Mounjaro, or if you're just in it for the weight loss and you do not have diabetes yet, you could take Zepbound, which is the new weight loss treatment that was released by Eli Lilly, and it was approved recently, just a few weeks back, by the FDA for weight loss only. Now, if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, if you have obstructive sleep apnea, you may qualify for Zepbound. Now, it is the cheapest, and we'll talk about this later on the show. It is the cheapest weight loss GLP-1 out there when you compare it to these other ones. So that's another thing we're going to talk about, because it's exciting to see how these weight loss drugs for obesity are going to slowly, I believe it with all my heart, slowly start trickling down in the pricing, because it's becoming more competitive. And that's what we need. We don't need a monopoly out there of somebody that's going to just charge out the behind of how you're going to take this because you have to take it, but you can't afford it. So we're going to talk about that in the show. Got a loaded show. Again, I've got a couple things that I'm excited about sharing on this show today that I am going to be trying out for the first time today, one of them. And the other one I'm going to talk about, just it's a side deal. So with that said, guys, you can become a member. I'll drop the link below in the description. All you have to do is select the link, become a member, and you are entered into this membership, which is awesome membership. If you want to be coached by yours truly, and I am in it for the long haul, you can do that. Also, it doesn't stop there. You are also eligible for early access of all my videos. Now, that whether that be bearded community or weight loss fitness community. Now, there's two things that I talk about, I guess three things that I talk about the most, and it's a passion of mine on this channel. One, obviously, is GLP-1s, which I mix together with weight loss and fitness, because the GLP-1 will also help with weight loss. And I like to work with fitness, being more fit with that weight loss, but also diabetes. It's all together. But also men's grooming. I talk a lot about men's stuff because I feel like, if you feel good about yourself, you want to take care of yourself the way you look, you will care about the way you feel and internally and all that stuff. So it wraps itself all the way around the whole thing. You know, if you feel good on the inside, take care of yourself on the inside, you want to take care of your outside. You just want to take care of every aspect of your life, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of it. So we do all that. You get exclusive access, early access to all my videos before it goes public. So, and there are some videos that you only see as a member, and we'll be breaking down things that most people in the public will not see or know, personal things, but also mainly geared heavily towards weight loss and fitness and how GLP-1s work and all that. I just released a video of how GLP-1 works and what it is. So if you haven't checked it out, I just posted it a couple days ago. Check it out on the channel. With that said, guys, again, if you are joining today, give this a like and share it. If you have groups that you're in, whether that be Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, go ahead and share this to those groups, because it does help this channel. It's a small growing channel. It is growing, but it is small, and I'm trying to get this out to help the masses. So if you find this encouraging and beneficial, please consider sharing it with your friends. So anyways, all right. So again, if you're in this show today, put in the comments where you're at on a GLP-1. I hear that I'm cutting out on the audio here. Is this better? Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Not sure what's going on with this mic. So, but anyways, so let me know in the comments if you're on a GLP-1, and let me know if you're having any issues. And so we'll just kind of go from there. But today we're going to kind of talk about some news. I've got a few things from the news this last week. It hasn't been a crazy, groundbreaking week as far as the news and GLP-1s, but there are a few things that I do want to talk about. But before I do, has anybody on the show ever heard of Kinko? I think this is how you say it. Kinko. Now this one is an instant smoothie. It's got 2.5 servings, and it's real fruits and veggies. They have different ones. I went for the red or the reds. This one's got strawberry, raspberry, and banana in it. So I thought it sounded pretty good. Now a lot of these have, they have the vegetables, they have the fruits. They're really, really good for you. And what's really cool about it is that they actually have, and actually, give me 1 second. I forgot something. I actually have the shaker. This is what it looks like. It's a shaker bottle, and it comes with the free instant smoothie. So I thought I would showcase it on the channel today and see if anybody's ever tried one of these, because I haven't. But I'm going to show you how it works, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it. This is what it is. This is a cool shaker. What's really cool about it is if you take off the lid, you'll notice there is a filter inside of there. So what you would basically what you would do is you would take 10 ounces, and you can do water or you can do some type of a milk. Today I have almond milk. This is the unsweetened almond milk, and I'm going to pour this in this. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to pour this in this shaker, and I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to tell you what my initial thoughts are on this. If it's good, if it's bad. I will say that it is supposed to be healthy. So you'll just pour this to the top where it says right here, max. I don't know if you can see this. It says max liquid. So that's how far you go up. And you will have the little packages like this. And this one, obviously, I already showed you, comes in a package of 4 of these. And you just pour it in like this. You don't spill it like I just did. Whoopsie. as you can see. All right, guys, so I've got it all in here. Put the lid on. Just like that. All right, and then I'm going to shake it up. It becomes an instant smoothie. Now, they say either use chilled water or some type of a milk. Again, I'm using the almond milk because it has 0 carbs in it. It's got the fiber in it. Now, these are very high enriched with fiber. I'm going to read the nutrition facts. It's got 3 grams of fiber. It does have 1 gram of protein and 1 gram of fat. So it's pretty good for you, but it has all of your nutrients in it that you need for a healthy lifestyle. No artificial additives, and it's gluten-free and vegan. So here we go, guys. We're going to check it out. Scared to do this. Okay, guys, my initial thoughts on this. It's okay. It's not the best. It's not like a smoothie that you're going to go to the store, like Smoothie King, and get anything like that. On a rating from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it in taste. I'd probably give it maybe a 5. It's not the best. So it's not the best, guys. But again, if you're looking for something like, a quick supplement meal, you want to get your greens, you want to get your veggies, it's not bad. I've tasted things that are way more just awful than this. This isn't bad. Again, this is going to be, I believe you call it Kinko. You can get a water, or I want to say a smoothie bottle like this. It's got a filter and a mixer on it. And you can get the different smoothie packages. And I'll drop a link where you can find this. So, and it's not very much. I mean, anywhere, I think the shaker is like $10, and it comes with 1 pack, and you can get some extra packages like this one, instant smoothies. They've got reds, they've got grapes, or purples, reds, greens, different ones. They categorize it as colors. This one's the reds, as I said. So anyways, wanted to share that with you on the channel. And if you've ever tried that, drop it in the chat. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on that. So moving on. So in today's news, we're going to talk about a few things when it comes to Eli Lilly and Mounjaro and Zepbound and just GLP-1s in general. So, all right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is medication prices. As you see, and maybe you're tuning in new today and you don't know anything about Zepbound. Zepbound is the newest released GLP-1. It's basically has the same ingredients as Mounjaro. It is called TIRZEPATIDE. It is a GLP-1, the peptide agonist and receptor that's going to work just like Mounjaro, but the difference is it is geared for people with obesity. So if you have diabetes, you will more than likely be put on Mounjaro, but you cannot get on Mounjaro if you are not a diabetic and you're looking for weight loss. So here enters in Zepbound, which is the same thing, but it is for obesity. So it's kind of going to be like your Ozempic version, which is your Wegovy, kind of the same thing. You have Ozempic and then you have Wegovy. Now the dosage is a little bit different on Ozempic and Wegovy, but this one is the same. You're going to have your Mounjaro and the same thing, but they just title it a different name, and it is Zepbound. Now, the good news is the pricing compared to Wegovy is just outrageously, insanely cheaper. I'm telling you, the sticker price on it is $1,060. So you're talking about almost $1,200 for a 4 pin. That's 4 weeks. That's 1 month supply of this weight loss pin drug, as opposed to $1,350 Wegovy. But here's the caveat. You can get it without insurance for about $550. So you compare $550 compared to $1,350. I mean, you're saving $800 in this medication, which is insane, which is great because when you think about it, Eli Lilly has come out with this that is obviously way better, in my opinion. And also the reviews show with that added GIP receptor agonist in it, working with the GLP-1, you can see major differences when it comes to the results with your weight loss and your blood sugar. To me, personally, myself, I was on Ozempic, which is your semaglutide, and it didn't do as much as the TIRZEPATIDE, which is the Mounjaro, which is also the Zepbound, because it has the GLP-1 semaglutide, but it also has the GIP in it too, which is 2 different receptor agonists working together, mimicking these hormones to help you have that actual increase in percentage of weight loss. So Zepbound is incredible. I speak of experience because I've taken the TIRZEPATIDE. I'm on TIRZEPATIDE. If you're wondering, I'm on 12.5. I've been up to 15. I've come down to 12.5 and it is working great. 1 shot a week, guys, and you don't have to worry about every day keeping up with your pills, your medications. 1 shot. People say, well, I don't know if I want to take a shot. I hate shots. Guys, this shot is tiny. I mean, it's in a pen. You turn the dial on the end and you poke it. You just put it up against your skin, push the button, wait 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and it automatically injects it. You don't even hardly feel it. It is super easy. If you've tried it, let everybody know it does not hurt to take it, and it works just wonders. Again, $550, but here is the great news. If you are approved by Eli Lilly, and you can go to their website. I'll drop a link below where you can try to get their coupon, their voucher from the manufacturer to have a savings. You can get this medication every month for as little as $25. I've heard some people with Mounjaro have gotten it up to 3 months supply for $25. That is crazy, guys. When you consider people that are massively obese, possibly buying or paying for bariatric surgery or cosmetic surgery to lose all this weight, to get slimmer, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But then you can just turn around and pay as little as $25 a month. Pretty crazy, guys. But I said that to say that the good news is because Eli Lilly has dropped the price in it, that brings the whole tier down and the whole playing level with these other companies, because now they have to compete with the medication is showing that it is actually better as far as the results goes for cheaper. So it levels the playing field. So I feel like these medications are going to continue to slowly come down. And that is going to help out with people with diabetes. It's going to help with people with weight loss that are obese and wants to lose weight, because you're going to have all these health issues and all that stuff. So it's a good day and good news to hear about that. So also, if you don't know, in the news, December 5th, now that was only 4 days ago, it was said that Zepbound, I call it Z-bound if you're new, Z-bound for the rebound. We're rebounding from weight loss, or we are rebounding from unhealthy weight, if I can talk, to a better, healthier weight. So Zepbound was actually open to purchase from pharmacies on December 5th. So 4 days ago, you were able, if you could find it, to purchase Zepbound. That is the TIRZEPATIDE for weight loss. And so we weren't for sure. We knew that it was going to be available by the end of this year, by early next year, but it is actually now available. So if you are obese, if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, any of that, I would definitely highly urge you to check with your doctor to see if you can get a prescription, if it's right for you, to get on Zepbound if you don't have diabetes. If you do have diabetes, I highly recommend you talk to your doctor about looking into getting on Mounjaro. Now, there's Ozempic. You can get on that too. And a lot of times, insurance companies will not want you to get on Mounjaro. They'll want you to start out on Ozempic. And a lot of times when you're on Mounjaro, you may end up having to get off Mounjaro and go to another GLP-1 like Ozempic or Victoza, or, some of them, of the people that I've talked to, they've just become diabetics immediately. They wanted to get on Mounjaro, but they were told that you have to try the metformin first. You have to try Ozempic or Trulicity, one of those, before they would even look at trying to let you get on the Mounjaro. So maybe that's a story from you guys. Maybe somebody in here also has had that issue. You can feel free to drop it in the chat. Love to know, love to talk about this. So December 5th, it was available. Also, guys, another thing in the news, we have another study that's being shown. Now, I will say that we've talked a lot on this channel about different things that are effective or affected, I should say, by semaglutide, which is in your Ozempic, Wegovy. It's also in obviously your Mounjaro and your Zepbound, because you have the semaglutide, but it's with the GIP. So they mix it together and call it TIRZEPATIDE. But GLP-1 drugs are linked to 44% drop in colorectal cancer risk. So if you are a diabetic, your percentages drop with having cancer, as far as this study goes. And so it's really nice to know that we talked about how it helps with heart disease, heart failure. It helps with dementia, helps with addiction. That's another thing. It does affect the frontal lobe of your brain that puts off endorphins. It kind of makes it less satisfying and rewarding. So that's another awesome thing. But they just keep coming out with things that are being affected and in a good way with semaglutide. Now, there are cases and things out there that show that people are having suicidal thoughts on these drugs. But I think that those cases need to be really evaluated, because it just depends on the person. There are certain people that react differently to drugs. Everybody is different. So if you are having suicidal thoughts on your medication, highly, highly, highly recommend, and you need to, it's a must, go talk to your doctor, let them know what's going on, and see if maybe that medication is the problem. I can't tell you if it is, but there are talks out there. But the idea that this does lower cancer, colorectal cancer, it's really, really nice to know. If you are taking a GLP-1, even, Mounjaro or Zepbound, it's also going to start showing these side effects in a good way, that things that are being changed as well, less risks, another heart health issues and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, with that said, that is a good deal, guys. Several things that are changing with these medications. If you have heart issues, you might look into possibly getting on a semaglutide GLP-1, whether that be either tirzepatide or semaglutide. Those things are showing awesome things when it comes to heart issues and stuff like that. So I'm going to take a moment and say this. This isn't really part of the show, but I do want to talk about it because it's sitting here, and I know I have a lot of listeners out there that are female and male. So this helps either. But have you guys ever had issues when it comes to shaving? Whether you're shaving your legs as a female, or if you're shaving your face as a man, and you have that just bad breakout after you shave, just really bad razor burns, and you've tried different post after shaves, you've tried different things to help keep yourself from doing that. As a guy that is bald, I shave my head a lot with head shavers. And sometimes, I don't have a whole lot of issues with my head, but I know a lot of people do. I've come across a product that my wife uses all the time. And she has had serious issues when it comes to shaving her legs with razor burns. I'm talking about rash, breakout all the time, every time. But ever since she's been trying this, it's called Leaf Calming Serum. This has been a game changer for her. an absolute game changer, and it lasts a long time, and it's not even that much money. I think it's like somewhere around $25, but it's just a vial like this, and it's got a dropper, and you just put this on right after you shave. And I promise you, 99% of the time, you will not have any razor burns or rashes or anything. So, you know, a lot of women use this, like, you know, when they shave for like bikini lines and all that. That's what they say online, you know, when it comes to this product. But I use it for when I shave, after I shave my head, after I shave my face. My wife used it for legs. So I'll drop a link below where you can find this. But I just want to showcase this on the channel today. Because this is a really good product if you are looking for something natural that's going to be good for your skin and it's going to help you not have these really bad razor burns. Anyways, all right. So the last thing on this show today, we're going to talk about when it comes to news. Now, I'm not endorsing any political side at all. I'm not saying anything about the person. I'm just stating the news today. So if you know Senator Bernie Sanders, he just recently was talking and he held a hearing, or he's holding a hearing next week, about the diabetes epidemic. So if you have diabetes, this is something that you want to check into and listen to right now. Now it says Sanders, who earlier this year interrogated drug manufacturers about the high cost of insulin. He told the hearing will focus broadly on underlying causes of the rise in diabetes, especially in children, focusing on why we are seeing a huge increase and have seen a huge increase over the last 30 years in the number of diabetics in this country, in the relationship to that explosion. With that, our kids are eating. Sanders said in a brief interview. Sanders is also wanting to look into an emerging class of drugs, here we go, called GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, that are to treat type 2 diabetes. So the drugs have exploded in popularity in the recent years. A new use has been discovered. They have gone from helping people control diabetes to being used for obesity, and studies have shown there is potential to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and even some cancers. And they're so popular in demand, and they've exceeded the supply, leading to manufacturer shortages, which we talked about that. So basically, I'm hoping that the government will get to the point where they will start allowing more assistance when it comes to these GLP-1s for diabetes and for obesity. Because if you have obesity, there's a high chance that you may end up becoming a type 2 diabetic. So onset diabetes happens with obesity. So it helps both. It helps people that have diabetes now, and it helps people that have obesity, because you have a potential of becoming a diabetic. So the good thing is if the government will finally get to the point where they understand how important these GLP-1 drugs are, and for the health of the country, they will lower the pricing and help offset the cost for most of Americans. So I feel like, they're finally starting to understand, and it's getting the attention of the government. A lot of the Medicaid and Medicare don't cover a lot of these medications. And I hear stories after stories after stories about how they cannot be approved for it. And I'm hoping for the day soon where they will be covered, and they will be cheaper for the average American, because it just seems like we're living in the days, guys, where so many people are unhealthy, and it's a bad time. Suicides are up. People are just feeling miserable and stuff. I am a believer. I believe that there is something greater than all this, and and that's Christ. But I feel like practically here on this earth, we need something that can help us if we are in a situation where we cannot change hormonally our health as far as weight loss and diabetes. So, and I know that because I've been there several years, 14 years of my life, struggling with weight loss, actually, I wouldn't say weight loss, because I did have good weight loss, but over the years, but struggling with the diabetes part. getting the blood sugars under control. And you can do that, guys. There are ways to do that. We talk about this again on the channel, and a great time to become a member of this channel. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me today. If you have any questions or anything like that, again, feel free to drop it in the chat. If you are tuning in after this live stream show, feel free to let me know any questions as well in the chat. I'd love to answer these. And we're going to be doing some awesome stuff in the future, guys. I've got some people coming on next week on the show, a clinic that's going to be talking about GLP-1s. They're going to be talking about, just different options out there for you. And I have another guest coming on the next week. I believe it's the 23rd, right before Christmas. And it's going to be super exciting to see this guy, because he's written a book, and it's going to be a good time, guys. I'm not going to give it away, but you don't want to miss these shows. They're going to be so informational and so helpful, and I'm super excited to have them on the show. So if you have a story from being on a GLP-1, a weight loss success story, feel free to email me in. Again, I'll say it again, writingthepeptideshow@gmail.com. I would love to read your story and possibly have it showcased on this show. If you have a story and you want to be interviewed and you want to share with the world what GLP-1s have done for you physically with your health, this is a good time to send me an email, because I'm taking different spots on this show for interviews. So again, guys, I appreciate all your support. I can't do it without you. Thank you so much for giving me your time today on the show. And guys, I will see you guys on the next show. But also, if I don't, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.